Hi guys. So I just decided to log in a bit earlier than anyone else because I wanted to check if we have any glitches whatsoever case and so that it can be something that I can quickly fix. So yeah, I am here now and I can already see a couple of people have already decided to log on as well. Thank you so much for joining me. At least it doesn't feel as lonely anymore. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll just give it another couple of seconds. We have about 2 minutes before the start time of the live because it's actually supposed to start at 6 p.m. So, but yeah, like I mentioned, I just decided to wake up in the morning and, start live streaming only for me to discover that I actually need to kind of register because I'd never live streamed before. I needed to kind of register on YouTube for the live stream and then only then would I be able to actually live stream. So then I had to do the live stream on Instagram, which was quite fun. I mean, I had done stuff like that before when I was doing just on Instagram TV. Sorry, guys, hold on a second. I forgot to press on my camera. The joys. Okay, so yeah. I was used to doing it on Instagram TV, but I was just so excited and looking forward to doing my first live stream on YouTube, and it didn't happen. So this is my second attempt, and I just thought, you know what? Let us do something that. So a couple of weeks ago, I did the whole question poll that you do on Instagram, asking people what's advice they'd like for their businesses, particularly small businesses or startup businesses, or if you're just an aspiring entrepreneur and you're feeling like, you know what, you're not really sure what you're supposed to be doing. And I got a couple of interesting questions. And out of those, I just tried to kind of summarize them so that we don't have a lot of questions to answer. Okay, yeah, now it's like 6 o'clock. So I think we can actually start. So the idea of doing this live Q&A is brought about by the fact that I often get a lot of DMs and emails sometimes of people asking me questions either based on some of the content that I've shared here on YouTube or just generally people that look at me and feel like, oh my gosh, she's running her own business or businesses. And you just want to know how you can also do the same or how you can improve an already existing business. So this is basically what this live Q&A is about. We have about 5 main questions. Like I said, I tried to just summarize the questions from the poll that I did on Instagram. And I'm hoping this is not our last live Q&A. In fact, I know it's not because I did a video on Alibaba and I usually get a lot of questions from people wanting to know stuff about what goes on Alibaba. Some people have tried to buy from the platform and you find they have a couple of problems here and there. So I definitely know that I'll be doing a live Q&A again just to kind of answer those questions that come with the Alibaba video that I did. I just want to answer this. Sorry, guys. And then we're just going to get into our live Q&A. I'll get straight to the point. you know. Yeah. So I'm just trying to answer here to people that are online and welcome everybody, because this is how we do it. Oh, why is a smiley face leaving me? I'm not sure if this is even a smiley face, but anyway, let's do that one. Okay, cool. So if you have any questions, there's like a chat column, which to me, it's on my right. To you, it'll probably be on the left. So just pop in a question there. Maybe we can include it in our live Q&A so that we have a bit more things that we can talk about here. So without further ado, okay, guys, sometimes I sing to myself on my own like that. It helps calm me down. Believe it or not, even though I seem like I'm very confident in my videos and of course I know what I'm doing, but when you have to do a live, the ball game changes, you get a bit more nervous and yeah, it can be a bit more tricky. So you guys should bear with me. And thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. We are going to start with our first question. So our first question was, "Hi Mbali, I need your help. I started my business, which is a food production business, like 3 weeks ago. Thing is, by now I thought it will have taken off, but nah, instead. 3 weeks in, and you think it would have taken off." Ooh, wow. Anyway, so she continues to say, "I'm willing to be patient, but I want to ask, how long did your business take to finally make more income and profits, or mere income and profits?" So, guys, this is the most common question that people asked. And I just feel like it makes me laugh because people think you're going to start a business today and then tomorrow you're going to be profitable. It is not going to happen. In fact, it's two ways. I think if you're trying to do like a side hustle where you're only just trying to make extra income to supplement your current budget, say maybe you have a full-time job, but now you're selling product on the side from either Avon or Herbalife or whatever, and you're just doing it so that you can have maybe extra 500 Rand to your budget, that's perfect. That's fine. I guess you're going to be eating your profits every other month when the money comes through or when your customers pay. But if you're trying to actually start a business and run a business and grow a business and turn it into something that is sustainable, you definitely cannot expect to be doing it in 3 weeks' time. Like, I started my business probably late 2015 and early 2016. And in 2016, that was when I actually quit my 8 to 5 job to do my business full time. And we're going to talk about that in a different question just now. But it took a while. Like, I literally took my savings, I put them into the business. Even now, I don't really think the fashion business on its own would be able to sustain my everyday lifestyle. Like, I have cars to pay, I've got houses to pay. It would be insane for me to think that over a period of 5 years, that business would have grown, very significantly to a point where it's making me the kind of money that can allow me to afford my lifestyle. However, when you're growing a business, you need to be patient with it because there's so many things about the business that you don't know when you're starting out. And unfortunately, some of those lessons that you need to learn will come at the cost of profits and or will result in losses. So, as much as you want to see your business grow and boom like this, you need to remember that unless you are trying to do a side hustle where you're just trying to put on an extra bump on your daily or monthly income, your business is not going to start making profits like this. Unless you're a tenderpreneur, unless your first project is a tender. And even then, from my friends who actually do tenders, the one thing that they say they've learned, which unfortunately for them, you find it's because now you've ran into losses or now you've run into debt, is that you get a big lump sum payment from the tender, say maybe 300,000, 500,000. And then you think to yourself, great, now I've made all this money. Now I can sit back. And 3 months passes by and you don't get any more income. You don't get any more tender deals. In those 3 months that have passed by, that 500,000 becomes nothing because you've got bills to pay, you've got a house to stay in, you've got groceries, you've got the people that work for you that you've hired that you need to pay, you've got rental, you've got fabrics that you need to buy, etc., etc. So my advice for someone who's starting a business, just don't think it's going to be profitable like this overnight. No. In fact, a very good example is the story of Amazon. I call it Amazon 14 because when you read about it and you really research, it literally took Amazon, as big as it is now, it's a multi-billion-dollar business. Like, I buy on Amazon every other day, for my gadgets and stuff like that, and things that I feel like in South Africa are actually more expensive. I buy them on Amazon, and even with the price and the taxes, it still just turns out cheaper than stuff that I'm going to buy on some of the online platforms here in SA. Anyway, I'm hoping to do a video on that sometime soon. But I'm just trying to say, for Amazon, it literally took them 14 years to see a profit. 14 years. And the reason for that was because Jeff Bezos was smart enough to realize that in order for him to be able to grow the business to the stature that it is now, he needed to not eat the profits. So he was making the money. It's not like the money was not being made, but he was spending more trying to do marketing, trying to get more products in, trying to make the delivery easier. I mean, when you buy on Amazon, it literally takes about 5 days at most to get here. And I know that in the USA, they have an option of literally getting it overnight or even on the same day, because those are the things and the structures and the methods excuse me, and the processes that Jeff Bezos and his team put together. But all those things, they took money, which is why it took them 14 years to actually be profitable, where now the profits were starting to be above the costs. However, in the years before, their costs were always higher because they were reinvesting into the business. And I think for me, that's what has helped my business to grow, especially the fashion business, because that's what I'm popularly known for. I do other businesses, but the one that I'm popularly known for is the clothing. I feel like the reason why my business seems like it has grown so quick in such a short space of time is because instead of chowing the profits, I literally reinvested them. I mean, now, actually, today, we launched our new online platform and I'm using Shopify to power it. That takes money, you know. But if I thought to myself, oh no, now I've made money, let me not spend it. Let me rather, I don't know, buy a pair of shoes. The business doesn't grow. It may stay afloat, but worst case scenario, it may actually die because you're making losses, because you're spending more money than what you're making, and because you're not reinventing the business, because you're not reinvesting into the business. Other businesses that seem like they're the same as your business keep climbing up and therefore get better than you at some point, to a point where you find your business stops being relevant altogether, which is why it then takes a dive. Sorry, guys, I need to drink water. I talk too much. So that's basically my advice. If you start a business, don't think it's going to make profit overnight. Give yourself time, reinvest, reinvent, reshape, redo, keep improving your product quality. You know, that's the only way you're going to be able to build a business from year 1 to probably year 10, and also to be able just to build a sustainable business that will not only just feed you for today, but will feed you for the rest of your life. And possibly, if you're like me, you want to build an empire, which is a business or a brand of businesses that can outlive me. Trust me, you will not be eating your profits, or you will not be using, I keep using the word eating. You will not be seeing your profits and enjoying them anytime soon. So just be patient with your business if it's a business that you want to grow. So I'm going to move on to our second question for today. It says, hey, Mbali, just want you to enlighten me. Is it wise to leave a 9 to 5 and focus on my business, or do both? I'm just afraid to take that big decision. What can you say about that? Another question I get a lot of, because I actually did quit my 8 to 5 job. It was an 8 to 5 for me instead of a 9 to 5. But anyway, I quit my 8 to 5 job in 2016 after registering and kind of starting my business towards the end of 2015. And I think by the time it was March 2016, and this is something my family does not know. So if they're on this live, please can they not judge me? Thank you very much. I've done well for myself. Amen. So then by March 2016, I had quit my job because I thought to myself, great, I started this business. I'm going to sell clothes. I know how to sell clothes. I know how to look good. And no, it did not work. It did not. If it wasn't for the fact that, 1, I had savings, which kind of helped me boost for the months where sales were not happening, and 2, I had a very good support system, it would never have happened. Like, I probably would not have survived. Or in fact, I would have probably found myself trying to find a job again so that I can sustain my costs of everyday living. Luckily for me, that didn't happen. However, if you are at the beginning of your business, unless you have all the capital in the world, you've now secured big contracts that are going to be bringing in sales or product sales, or if you're a service company, you now have logged yourself a couple of service contracts with potential customers that you know you're going to be servicing. Unless you've put those things in place, my advice for you, if you're starting a business while working, is don't quit your 8 to 5 job just yet. Spend time building your business, spend time building a clientele, spend time seeing that the business is making enough money for you to be able to save. My thing is this. Even when I quit my business, even when I quit my 8 to 5 job, what I used to think was, I need to at least have money that can cover my costs for 6 months, so that in the 6 months, I'm not panicking to a point where I get sent back to employment because now I don't have money to pay my rent or my car or my living expenses, toiletries, whatever. And that's my advice for you. If you think you want to quit your business, sit down with yourself, sit down with the money that your business is making, not just your savings, but the actual income or revenue that your business is currently generating. Sit down with that and see If on a consistent basis for a period of 6 months, that would be able to cover you. If you are lucky, you should actually go all the way into 12 months to make sure that the first year of your full-time business, you are not put under pressure, because the problem why some businesses fail immediately after you start them and you're still at work is because now you start panicking. You start feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't pay my car, or the bank is calling me for my house bond or whatever. And then you start thinking, oh my gosh, let me rush back and put my CV out there quickly, so that I can get a job. And then you go back to full-time employment, and then you say business didn't work, and then you say entrepreneurship is not for you. That is not true. It just means that you might have not planned your exit properly. So I would not immediately advise someone to quit their job just because they've started a business, unless you have considered the conditions that I put in the beginning of the point when I started. That is to say, you are certain that you've got contracts for your business with potential clients, so that you know that every month money will be coming into the business, and also you have a lot of capital to start your business, so that the money that is coming into your business is not money that you need to then consume every day with your everyday living cost. It will allow you the time to see whether your business is profitable or your business is not profitable. So that's my advice for you. If you're at work and you're thinking of quitting your job, don't quit your job just yet. Don't quit your job just yet. Give your business and give yourself time to be able to properly evaluate whether your business is profitable enough to be able to cover your costs for 6 to 12 months. That's my response to that question. I'm going to move on to the third question. So the third question says, is it possible or advisable to cater to different target markets? If so, how? Okay. So there's a video of mine coming up on YouTube. It's a video where I basically give you a manual, step by step, on how you can set up your business for success in 2021 and obviously beyond 2021. This is because I just feel like there's so many things that, including these types of questions, that people miss when they're starting their businesses, and then they only realize after you've registered the business, you've probably bought your samples, etc., and then you realize, oh my goodness, this business actually might not work because there's certain things that in the beginning I had ignored, and now those things are coming back to bite me. That was my experience when I started my business. And I just thought to myself, I wanted to share a manual with you guys. And anyway, that video is probably coming out next week, Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be out next week, Tuesday, because usually I post on Tuesdays for my videos. And one of the things that I talk about on the video is about you being able to describe your target market. I know sometimes when you have a good product, or you assume you have a good product, it's easy to feel like everyone is your target market. Like, I mean, everyone who has money, everyone who's 25, everyone who's between the ages of 30 and 45. But the honest truth is that not everyone can be your customer. Unless you are selling oxygen or toilet paper or water, like basic goods, it is impossible to have everyone to be your target market. And my problem with trying to serve different target markets all at the same time is that, for example, the person who asked this question wants to start a business. So you're starting out, or you've already started your business, but it's a small business. My idea for you is you really need to focus on your current target market, or you really need to find a niche, which basically means a small group within the market that you feel like is not yet being serviced by other people or by other bigger competitors. Then you take advantage of that gap. But if you come into the market and you think you're going to be servicing every other person, and every other person is your target market, I can assure you today you are going to lose. At some point when I was doing my readings for how to start a business, how to run a business, there's something interesting that I read, and it said, when it comes to your target market, you literally need to be able to write out literally on paper or type it out who exactly your target market is. Like, you need to have a picture of the person who potentially has the potential to come and support your business. And that kind of detailing, it takes a lot of research, and it takes a lot of getting used to the type of person who comes to your door to come and support your business. And I can assure you again, it cannot be everybody else in the world who is actually your target market. So you need to look out for that, because what I've found is you're going to try and service a lot of markets, and you're going to fail at servicing anyone, because people want different things. You're going to introduce a product and feel like, oh my gosh, this product maybe is not working for this target audience, and then you're going to try another product. And when you introduce this product, this target market now gets confused as to what kind of brand are you, or what kind of business are you, and then they leave, which means now you've lost this group while trying to satisfy this group. So unless you've gotten to a point where you've built one business, which is what I did, I built one business, which is the fashion business. And I feel like it got to a point where it didn't need me every day. And also, I already knew the kind of clientele that I'm selling to. And then I thought to myself, okay, Mbali, now you have a bit more time in your schedule. You don't have to wake up every day to go to the studio. You don't have to wake up every day to go and get fabric because you're buying per meter, because now you have rolls. So in terms of the raw materials, now they are there. Now you have time to think of what other business that you can do, what other clientele that you can attract, which other industry can you try and tap into, which is why I started a hair business about a year ago, you know? So it's just, I feel like unless you've built your business to get to a point where it can run without you every day physically needing to be there, don't try to target a target market that is outside your current target market. Build up your business, build up your clientele, build up the trust between you and your existing clients to a point where they're able to recommend you without you even talking to them about it, without you even really vigorously advertising. They're still able to continue buying from your business, they're still able to continue supporting you. So my advice for you is, I don't think it's advisable to try and service all target markets. You're more likely going to fail. You know that saying that says you can't be a jack of all trades? I know it's weird. And I know that eventually, as a business person, you want to venture into other industries because you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And that's all well and good. But you need to first grow this basket first. Make sure it is solid. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure it has a good following. And then once you feel like you have time and space and a gap, then you can start your next basket. Then eventually you have 3, you have 4, you have 5 baskets. Some people even have 7 streams of income. Then that's what works and makes the funnel into your business, because, or rather into your bank account. Because if you try to start everything all at once, you're going to fail. You are not going to make it. So please don't fall into the pressure of that kind of business. Exactly. So I'm going to go into my 4th question. We're almost done because we've got 5 questions. So this question says, how to promote and attract customers, especially when you're in the salon business industry? This, I think, is probably one of the most easiest questions. If you're in the salon business, my assumption is that you already have a structure where people can go and try and find your business or to find your services. So minus one problem. And the reason I say minus one problem is because I know how hard it is to be an online-based business. I've been an online-based business for 5 years now, and I've had to do a lot of different things, trying to always innovate, because people feel like unless we can come and fit and touch and fill the clothes, we're probably not going to buy. At some point, I even used to do pop-up sales between South Africa and Swaziland. And it was a lot of work, but it was work that I needed to do in order for me to be able to build my rapport and to build trust between me and potential clients, to say, even though we're an online-based business, we still exist, the clothes exist, there's people behind the brand. So if you have a salon, great, you have a structure. So people are not a problem in terms of you have walk-in clients that are not necessarily just your clients. But what I see most people doing in these industries, or in an industry like the salon, you don't have an online presence. You don't have an Instagram page. You don't have a Facebook page. Even your WhatsApp is not a business WhatsApp. And I don't even mean you changing your WhatsApp number into a WhatsApp business number. I mean just the fact that your WhatsApp is dominated by the work that you do, the pictures that you post, the content that you put out there. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're a salon or the fact that you're servicing people. It's just you and the kind of content that you wish to post and memes and whatever. So second advice for you would be, make sure that you're on social media. Social media is a big thing. I mean, we set the whole year, and it's literally a year now from the time we went into lockdown in this part of the continent. We've been sitting in our houses. The people who've made the most money during that period, even though we still feel like people made losses, people lost jobs, people took pay cuts, people made a lot of money because they shifted their business from being just physical to online. And those that were already online, your influencers, your content creators, your YouTubers, etc., they excelled because people were sitting at home wanting to find something interesting online to do. If you're a salon, you have that option. Not only that, when you're on social media, don't just post pictures of people that you've done, whose hair you've done, or whatever. And also post things like how-to videos, for example. You guys have a salon, people come in, you do their hair every day. spend 5 to 10, maybe even 30 minutes a day trying to create content for your page. Like there's a place that I do my nails at. Hi, even board. They are based in North Riding. I mean, those people have content for days. They post every other hour. And I kid you not, they take days off on Monday. But between Tuesday and Sunday, they are busy like this. It makes sense. They have working people. They literally have clients every hour of the day. Why would you not be sharing that kind of content with your customers online so that your customers can see what you're capable of? It doesn't make sense, you know? So you have a salon, make sure you are online. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, make sure that those things are used strictly for your services and not just memes. Secondly, post content that is relevant to what you're selling. Post your services. Post someone curling somebody's wig to show potential customers what you can do. Take a lot of content all the time. You always need to seem like you're active online, because if you disappear on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere on the online platforms for 2 weeks, people forget about you. They move on. They move on because there's other businesses that are similar to yours that seem like they are popping up everywhere and posting interesting content. So if you relax, how do you think you're going to grow your business? Fourthly, introduce different products. I don't even think fourthly is a word, but anyway, introduce different products. Glue came in. There is straighteners that came in. There's this glue stick that I'm also trying to get for my brand that kind of makes your hairs when you're wearing a wig to really lie down. Get those products into your salon so that each time people come there, they feel like there's something new. Each time people come there and feel like there's something new, they realize that you are an industry leader. You are taking charge compared to all the other people who just stand by the door and say, "Can we do your hair? Can we do your hair?" Chances are people are not going to go into those salons, but they're going to always want to go back to your salon because you're offering valuable content, you're offering valuable services, you're offering services that are booming, man. Get active, get into the life of business. Having a structure and a salon on its own is not going to make your business grow. So maybe you can take that advice from the couple of points that I have shared with you. And this not only applies to salons, it also applies to any other product selling business or even a service business. Have an online presence, post your content, post your work, post how-to videos, because sometimes clients want to buy a product, but they just don't know how to use it. So that's where you get to excel and differentiate yourself from everybody else in that industry. So our last question for the day is almost similar to the one that we just had now. It says, I have an existing business that's doing well, which is hair. But whenever I try to do another business, because I'm trying to get 7 streams of income, they never seem to work, and I don't know why. I think this is something that other business people go through, maybe. So I'd love to hear your take on this. And how can one excel in multiple fields? This question is also kind of similar to the one that we spoke about when it comes to target markets. It's all well and good to create a business, but you need to make sure that before you jump ship from that business to try another business, you have set up that business to thrive on its own without you every day. If, like this person, I'm assuming they probably have a shop where they sell hair. I think they actually do have a shop where they sell hair. Make sure that the everyday running of your business makes sense. If you are not sure how to do that, maybe you could try employing one of your employers to be your manager. Just literally upgrade them to manager level so that even when you're not there, they make sure that they do the kind of work that you would be doing if you were in your business. Hi, in your business, and I feel like sometimes the reason why it becomes very difficult to move from one business to the next is because so much of your current business is based on you as a person rather than it and the products that it makes. For example, I run Fashion Dash Couture, which is my online clothing company. It's all great. And I am my own model. So which basically means I'm the face of the brand. This has proven to be difficult when I try to introduce other people to model the clothes. And I know that it's something that I still need to work at. In fact, this year, those are part of my goals for the business because I really want to take it from where it is now to literally skyrocketing. But the danger that I did, or the problem that I kind of created for myself, was being the face of my brand to a point where if people don't see my face, then they're not sure if the clothes make sense. Someone else would be wearing the same thing and someone else would feel like, oh my gosh, this is not sitting well. And then I come in and I model the thing. It's the same body type. But because in your mind, you've set up as a client, you've set up your mind to only see me in the clothes before you can be convinced to buy, then you feel like it doesn't look good on anybody else. Same thing with the business that you're experiencing, my sister. You might have built your business around yourself, around your face, around your brand. And therefore, now it's hard for you to remove yourself from that brand so that you can go and start other businesses. This would actually explain why you find a lot of business people, when they want to expand or grow or diversify their streams of income, they don't try to start a new business altogether. They often invest in another business which already exists where they are not the face of the business. And this is something that I've done a couple of times in the past with a few people in my life. And sometimes the businesses have worked out, but sometimes the businesses have not worked out. But I could just see the strength of the business, like the potential of it to grow and be something big, because I was not trying to be the face of it. Because people are going to feel like, she's the face of this clothing company, then she's the face of this jewelry brand, and then she's the face of this hair care brand. And then, people get confused. And then that's why you find it's hard to shift your customers from this business to the next, because also those people might not even be the target market for your new business. So you just need to also look into that. Try investing in a different business that is in a different field other than the hair business. Or alternatively, make sure that your hair business can now literally run on its own like a machine without you being there. This is one of the things that I am actually very proud of when it comes to my clothing business, because I can literally spend 3 to 4 days, even a week if I plan properly, without necessarily going there or needing to physically be there. Because I know samples are done, the fabric is there, raw materials are there, resources are there, the staff is there. So unless they are in need of electricity or a random walk-in client happens, which is not common for us because of the space that we have, we're not a shopping space, but where we are is like an office park. So sometimes people do pop in by chance when they are there to see other businesses. Because I've set up that whole stream, it means I don't need to be there at the business every day, which means I can either focus on the back end of the business, which is the sales, the marketing, the being online, the digitalization of the business, etc. Or I can use that time to silently focus on other streams of income, to silently push other streams of income, so that at the end of the day, all that money funnels into my bank account. So I do hope that this session has been helpful. We've gone about 30 minutes into it. And so far, I'm not seeing any questions on the tab, so I'm just going to assume these are the only questions that we had. And thank you so much for coming to the live. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for the support that you've been showing me and my channel. And I hope these questions have been really helpful. I think this live stays online for as long as I have it online. So for those who are not able to tune in with us live, you can always go back. You can always watch the video at your own time. And like I promised at the beginning of the live, we're going to be doing a couple of live sessions, because sometimes I feel like I can't answer all the questions in the comment section. And at the same time, the questions that I sometimes get either via DM or email or inbox are more or less the same type of questions. So it would just be best to kind of group them together and then have a live session than to just try and answer each person one by one. Not only that, even though I'd like to do videos on this kind of content, you find sometimes the video would be kind of all over the place, because obviously for a video, we need a specific topic and then to drill into that, which is something that I'm so excited this year, guys. I have so much to teach you guys. I have so much to share with you guys. All this free content that you're going to be getting on this channel. My advice for you, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or you're a startup, or you're just someone who has a career and you're thinking you want to start making a bit more money outside your work, you want to start living your best life, as I call it, just making extra income, being able to afford a different level of lifestyle, or even the lifestyle that you have now, please stay on this channel, subscribe, turn on your notifications every time, so that every Tuesday you get a notification, you're able to tune into the videos. So much content that I have to share with you guys. And like I said, when I started my YouTube channel in my Get to Know Me video, the reason I was inspired to start this channel is because I just felt there were not a lot of people in my demographic or in my side of the globe who were really doing videos on YouTube that were informative. And that's not to say other videos are not informative, but the other day, I actually had a comment from a lady who said, please don't do makeup videos. Like, she specifically said that, please don't do makeup videos. And I understood where she was coming from, in the sense that most of the videos that we see online of people who have my accent, etc., are people that are not necessarily sharing this kind of information. The only people that we have are really big business people, and those people are not going to come back and tell us how they did it. So that's why I'm here. Even though I'm not making millions yet, I'm definitely on my way towards there. So I just want to take you guys on the journey so that more and more millionaires can come out of this continent, or this side of the continent anyway, in the tips and the advices that I share on this channel each and every day. Not only that, hi Cuckoo. Not only that, I'm going to be sharing just life tips as well, that I think have really helped me a lot as a human being in gaining confidence, in surviving a couple of tricky situations. Like the one thing I was thinking about this morning was how I actually survived a toxic work environment at some point in my life. So all those tips and things, those are things I really want to share with you guys. And I do know that without a doubt, I do know that you guys are going to be staying on the channel and you're going to continue joining me. And other than that, as I normally say at the end of my videos, hit the subscribe button to the channel, turn on those notifications. Always come with a notebook when you come to this channel, because it's all about lucrative information, honey, that you can use to either start a business or get a side hustle, or just basically improve your life so that you can live your best life and look like this all the time. Well, I'm a happy person naturally, so that's why I'm always laughing in my videos, even when things go wrong. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming to my live. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next live, and at least this live was successful, unlike the first one. Other than that, I have dinner plans, so I need to go and get ready. My dinner is at 7. I will see you guys on the next video, which is going to be on Tuesday. So do turn on your notifications so that you can tune in, and pretty please subscribe. We are well over now 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop. Thank you so very much, guys. And I know I promised you guys a giveaway. It is definitely coming. It'll be like an Oprah giveaway. And the reason I'm calling it an Oprah giveaway is because it'll basically be a giveaway of all my favorite things, from skin products to the books that I read to health things that I recommend, So it'll definitely be a jam-packed giveaway. I'm still trying to put it together because obviously some of the things that are my favorite things, I've had to order them online and I'm waiting for those brands to deliver them at my house. I will probably have 2 packages that I'll be giving out. And the reason for that is because a lot of the clientele that I have, even in my business and even now on YouTube, is either based in South Africa or Swaziland. So I want us to be able to have a giveaway that can service both places. So there'll be one person in Swaziland who gets a giveaway basket, and there'll also be another one in South Africa who gets a giveaway basket. So please do stay tuned either on my Instagram and even on here so that you can see that giveaway. It is definitely coming. Now my biggest problem is for us to get to 4,000 watch hours, guys. So please can we hold hands and pray to God and make it happen. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning into my live. I am reading, very informative, much appreciated, Balls. Thank you. We are definitely staying on this channel. Oh, thank you so very much. Cindy says, yay, can't wait for the giveaway. Loving your content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. You guys are the reason this channel stays alive. And like I said, I'm going to see you on Tuesday when we post our next video. And we're going to be having more live sessions. So that is also going to be a thing on this channel. So yeah, I look forward to that, guys. Thank you so much for coming to the live. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Cheers and have a good night. Now I'm going to end this. Your stream will stop immediately and you'll no longer be live. End.